Abusuafo wiki finance minister de krata aba bonten na o kire e woni nkasa ye mu se wose president ne yeremu no vice de na president na mu de ne tua o muka na ankofo chese esika ye tua dada wo ho a eti ase nemum enye official a Ghana mine gia tum anase wo krata so si ye tua o muka nemum ye tua enti we dem tum se nka ye official asem na nkomo ka e wa hai na Abronye abemeki serious revelation o kire se John Dramani Mahama no wote akonya so no no ne ofie sika de man yere na yere gia no wadi eye den na afedi ase wa fa ne se we asem fofora aba Abronye allegation a wodi egu ho enie unsu betima drop comment ama yetie nsem a wonso ewo wutie nyina Ghana fo ye dwene Ghana ho yenkone nkoti asem Abronye ekan efa sa sika tue a yetua e de ama eye president one wife yenkoti do kan
shame do Mahama a trofo darga woji ade awia no aba because Ghana for kasa so ade ne de enye enti enyai enti do Mahama so ba be ka bi ama Ghana for won say ono ne de president no wanye sade no the committee is saying say we yes sade no enti go and challenge the report say who report no bi na say a bounty unimba bia page na make kan wasem na making come free na say tibon koso ntidia go and read page 61 of the report offer recommendation 89 Mrs. Subiem or said the administration of President Akufo introduced the extension of courtesies including the payment of monthly allowances to spouses of former head of state / president or vice president. Subsequent administration have continued the gesture and even extended them to the incumbent first and second ladies. Do mama na oyire no ye third lady. Oyire Lordina Mahama no ye third lady ana. Ye bisaw. I said the gesture remain purely humanitarian grant to support, in some cases, rehabilitate the former first ladies who were evidently struggling to subsist. What the Acquah now tiswono committee ni kire say na mo tiswo woni Professor Messi na mo tiswono ni etua moka na wo yire Lordina Mahama na mo aboso mi mutwa akatua e de ma no we na ebinum se obedi tro enra no na ebirum ti social media Mahama is honest you have been exposed and now numre what tro na na obedi ye no ene na da ho no sa wo se enye dia from 2009 ekosi 2016 sikana Lordina ji ye nyina do Mahama fabra because enra o ma Ghana fo nyina ti say ahokyere wo ho enti ani kwanse ye de ma omo na je se tama na Lordina gine de tama na Lordina ye de saskan man no na da bia Ghana fo di bronya na da bia ye Habakkuk asore da mu e bo mpaye ayeyi amaye meboa enne wo ka kire Ghana fo se under your administration no na economy ni ye enti na Lordina deserve se obeje but enade ahokyere wo ho enne Ghana ne de ahokyere wo ho nti ani kwan so omode ma yes ahokyere wo because covid abesa eniema wo penso a na covid ma ye hu kwan afa so bu man enti dwamama now no you indirectly no ka kire Lordina say on return sika na ogi ye nyina Ghana for ye ready say ye gi sika no because wo se enye emfie nwotwe ade enye de wo yire Lordina age fabra we your committee ni report na committee no ade shemu pefe se enimra biamu committee na ka ho asem se enimra biamu e wo Ghana ha na babia so ni wa report we e kan ho asem se e na nado danko Akufo-Addo e na gitum committee ni ka sa asem wie ye no e na ode akọ parliament because ebre bia no mo de ma omo ebrebia mo de momo ema ekwaso our wife eguso yeden eje ade ni bi enti mo se nanado committee ena atwa sika ade ama bia no enye nokore esa bi ko report no ena making kan mo ntie ni committee ni kan page 51 spouses of former president. The committee notes that neither Article 71 nor any other provisions in the Constitution bestows benefit on spouses of president and vice president. Similarly, no legislation mentions what the state should provide for spouses of president and vice president. In the course of the consultation, a recurring issue with respect to spouses of former president was the rumor that some former first ladies struggled to survive in foreign lands. Enti hina committee no mo andisifoɔ Wednesday no minority ye press conference say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo atwa sika ono ne twae na nye parliament report ni nie Ghana for monkenkan report no na munya se mutie mahama trofo ni andisifoɔ no mo a mutimi kenkan na se mo kan na moti ase de a ye na ya yetim ka yen kan report no na yenya se ye tie andisifoɔ atrofo no because I'm free say political party only campaign message na asamba ni so mo say asem we de Ghana fo nyina ka bia na andisifo atiasim yenko ka bi na do mama wuri kunkon no waba media manye sa but report we na gu anim ase page 61 do mama report ni say page 61 wo yire je akatua as a vice president yire wasana gisa president yire wo se ne sai etibe pa Ghana fo achew ene won tro no wei ene ne nam kroma se oka no kro bedi president biem agyawa adwa na domama na numre me de ade bi ba beto so wo se ani kwan sai first ladies for ye mo musika committee na gu ani mase se wo yire gye we ye committee no na aka eti wonti ase a fa committee ni kwa court Lodina Mahama committee ni se waji sika emfie nwotwe na yetua oka Lodina Mahama wonte ya wodi abi abrofo ho ya odene enti page 61 no ma obi nkenkan ma se ni yetua oka page 61 Kohemye committee no kan fa ho wonu kunu nyina mo fa report no na mo kenkan page 61 se committee ni se NDC full soldiers no mo communicators ni nyina no mo fa report no na mo kenkan ne committee no ekaye na se mo kan na se mo te report na ase a mo nkyere ye page kura na Nado Danko Akufo-Addo na atwa katua ama na wife Monchire Mama ehu Babi ayeden ewo na munya se moye ayi producer monfa de ne ntoso se Mahama enra o ma obi atiase se eni kwan se ye mo musika na enye yate ye be some questions na numre Mama must answer this to ayi babi e wo se ne yire tu kwan Ghana na ma na yire sika Mahama meya no because wo yire aso okwa akohebo ye de Ghana sika wo yire so okwa akohebo ye de Ghana sika bora wo yire kwa wa America ye de Ghana sika $82,000 ene na da ho no ene na da ye de Ghana sika $82,000 ene ma wo yire ekohebo na wo yire ene na wo mramu mrakura na wo mu Mahama nkyere ene da ho no mrakura ewom no Mahama nkyere why ready so about refund this $82,000 because what I mean yes we say ye tua mo ka ye illegal sika we a wo yire gye ye no legal basis bank and now you the G $82,000 every Ghana 4 foot room at the quarter ball. Legal basis bank and T Anna Lodina Jesus Kawe 5th October 2013 at the quarter ball. Legal basis bank and never town. South Central Moka of which we are beneficiary. That's also a nyedia. On what basis? On what legal basis? And I hear at the G $82,000, you know, at the quarter ball, America. You see, official national issue about. Into a barber can be more man can say, your mama so your day. Now, we want some no, a new concert Samba Ghana ha. Sa sem eba. Na say ye promo on beka. What can the chia when was it? Because what you bonning yama bonning and no crowd ye any percentage. And yama cromano, ye man percentage ye nyabi. Ye nyabi. O yiri na jisika kasiye $82,000. No a minister. No a dear. Hena ya try say we yiri to kwana or correct border or send the condo America ball. Na Ghana had ye kotokone has a born yenefe. Or say Ghana had ye kotokone has a board ye on rebi da or no lodina compensate we as a say. And ye border Ghana ye man pray free. Na Acquah sika ye dia money to the bottom no $82,000. That time 2013 no. O catch them say 2013 now catch Ghana for say ya win nam no manaka dompe. Domahama kwaya o catch Ghana for say ya win nam no manaka dompe no. The same Domahama enya $82,000 at the man yire that same year no say onko rebor. And now can watch them. And now can na so bakasa ya win nam no manaka dompe. Sa dompe no wo de baba toto enne na nado danko Akufo-Addo economy. Na nado danko Akufo-Addo economy Acquah wo want man ye no ye. Nkrofo ma school fees ya want man tua no tua. Wo de baba toto ho. Wo twa sika ma wo yire no ma ekohwebo. Eno dia minim se wonkwa obedi president no na ayere lode na dini ba constitution mo ti social media and this for na mo praise Mahama no mo praise no on this mo praise Mahama on this se ade we oye no oye ade se me yire kwa akohwebo no watwa $82,000 Ghana for sika that time na djuma ba na ade ma Ghana for
Sem say na Abronye ekaye na yensa nkone nkotie okopo adom ochire page so ekokire mu adekwanti a wode eye saa asemmoi akopie mu ewo court no wosanso kire mu ewo ho
Mr. Kwame Boafo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, are you still the regional chairman of the Bono region?
I am.
But now you have taken a writ against your own party.
Thank you very much, and thanks to your viewers this evening. I think this particular action has nothing to do with the New Patriotic Party. We must differentiate we must differentiate the government and the party. This is an action that I'm taking under Article 2(1). It has nothing to do with the New Patriotic Party. And if you look at the rate of sermons, which was filed around 12 p.m. this afternoon, the New Patriotic Party, of which I am the regional chairman, is not a party to that action. So when asked, we think that the party is a defendant to the action. At the moment, the New Patriotic Party is not a party to the action, but rather, as stated in the 1992 Constitution, the proper defendant in this particular case is the Attorney General, and the Article 2(1) clearly embedded that if you want to take an action in respect of any act which is done and same is in contravention with the 1992 Constitution, the only defendant is the Attorney General and nothing else.
Okay, so the point you are making is that you have not violated party rules by taking the party to court.
Clearly, if you read Article 2(1), the Attorney General as a nominal defendant. So I've not violated any rules and regulations so far as the party constitution is concerned.
I see. Okay, so the point you are making right now is that the legal action is not against the party. We understand. But there are those who are saying that, don't you know that the first lady and the second lady have a key role to play and that they are paid anyway, so we can formalize it to create more transparency?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This one, I am invoking the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court as a citizen of this country, that this particular issue, if we read Article 71, Clause 1 and Clause 2, in conjunction with Article 190 and 195, the office of the first and second ladies is not specifically embedded in the 1992 Constitution. And therefore, the work of the Professor Nketia We're Committee is only limited to Article 71, Clause 1 and Clause 2.
Okay, the point you are making is that...
if you read Article 71, Clause 1 and Clause 2, nowhere did the Article 71 Clause 2 says that the office of the first and second ladies are part of those who are supposed to benefit from that emolument.
Okay, so...
And if anything at all, I think that the approval, and I must place on record that the approval has been speculated by the opposition party that it was done by Nana Acquah because he wants his wife to enjoy, he wants the vice president wife to enjoy the salary from the ordinary police. That's not the case. They must read Article 71, Clause 2 clearly. The approval of the salary of the president and that of the vice, ministers of state, council of state, it's not done by the president. A recommendation, the committee, the work of the committee is a recommendation. And you and I know that a recommendation is not binding. And that recommendation is subject to approval by the parliament.
Well,
so
but tonight,
blame the president on that?
But parliament has approved it.
Exactly. So I am attacking. That is why if you look at my reliefs, I have not attacked the work of the committee. In view of the fact that the work of the committee is a recommendation and it's not binding. But the moment it is approved by Parliament, that one is a decision that I can question.
Okay, I understand that. Before I go to the double salary that you have also sued on, do you think as a politician, don't you agree with the view as a politician that we must recognize the work of the first lady and the second lady?
I am not against that because the provisions in Article 71, Clause 1 and 2 is an entrenched provision. It's an entrenched provision, and Parliament cannot use any ordinary way to amend unless there is a referendum on that. And you agree with me. So if as a nation we decide to give something to our first and second ladies, what we're supposed to do is to introduce a bill. It's to introduce a bill under Article 108. And Parliament cannot do that unless the bill is introduced on behalf of the president or any other person acting on behalf of the president. So that approval by Parliament in respect of Professor Nketia We're Bedu Committee, it means that even though the committee exceeded its jurisdiction, I don't want to go into that way. I won't talk about it because that recommendation is not binding. But the moment that recommendation has received approval by Parliament, then I have every right to question the decision of the Parliament. Because if you read specifically, like you have just quoted, Article 71, Clause 1 and Clause 2, nowhere did the office of the first and second ladies will be found.
Okay, I get your point. So you are saying that in respect of Article 71...
If as a nation we want to do something, Parliament, somebody can introduce a bill on behalf of the President under Article 108 that our first ladies are doing something important and there's a need for as a nation to take care of them. No problem. But for Parliament to exceed its jurisdiction, which is in contravention with Article 71, Clause 2, then I have every right to question that decision.
Okay.
Because the office of the first and second lady is not specifically embedded in that provision.
Okay, I understand that. Let's move on. I think your point is well made that under Article 71, which is the article under which the Nketia We're Committee was set up to look at the emoluments, the list of persons there, as we have outlined on our touch screen, does not include the First Lady and the Second Lady.
Precisely.
And so whilst you are not against it, you think the way to do it is to come through Article 108 for a bill to be introduced to exercise a charge on the consolidated fund for the purpose of their salaries.
Yes, if their work is something that is going to help the nation, I'm not against it.
Okay,
but
it's still quite surprising. It's still quite surprising that Parliament, with a Speaker who is a seasoned lawyer, with the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, with so many lawyers in the Parliament, did not recognize that Article 71, upon which they are having the hearing, excluded the names of the persons that they were adding to the emoluments. That's quite surprising. We need to investigate that better, but it is totally shocking.
That aside that these people had a press conference yesterday blaming the president that this particular issue was done by the president. But the most interesting issue is that when the same minority, which had a press conference yesterday, when they filed their case today at 1:40 p.m., nowhere in their relief did they say that the president actually approved certain salaries or allowances for the first and second ladies. But they were doing that to make the president and the government unpopular. But when they went to court today, I think it's important that you make your viewers go through their rate of sermon. But they had a press conference yesterday accusing the president that the president is greedy. But when they went to court today, what they said yesterday in the press conference was not captured in the action they took today.
Maybe
so
that's politics.
From it?
Maybe that's politics. But let's move on.
That is politics because they want to buy the minds of Ghanaians. True that, but actually when they were going to court, those statements cannot be found. What?
Okay, let's move on to the other rate that you filed. Can you put the photographs here? You've also filed a rate on double salary. What about that one?
For the double salary, we all know for a fact, and you all know, if we read Article 98 of the 1992 Constitution, if you are a member of Parliament, you are not supposed to hold any office, either privately or publicly. Is that not so? So when you are being nominated as a minister with a subsequent approval by Parliament, it means that you are now working as a public officer. Because the approval by Parliament means that Parliament has through the Speaker has given you the permission to work in a public office. And if you are appointed as a minister or deputy minister, your salary allowances and whatever is contained in that office will be determined under Article 71 cross 2. So for a particular person to be taking salary as a member of parliament and at the same time as a minister of state, it's in contravention with Article 98. You are not supposed to take salary as a member of parliament and at the same time minister of state, because Article 98 says that if you are a member of parliament, you are not supposed to hold any office, either privately or publicly. You can only do that with the permission of the speaker. So if you are a member of parliament and you are fortunate enough to be appointed as a minister or deputy minister, and then you get approval from parliament, the literal understanding or meaning is that with that approval is that you have been permitted to hold a public office.
I get the point.
When you get approval as a member of parliament from parliament, it means that you have been given the permission to hold a public office. In that respect, you are supposed to be paid as a minister of state under Article 71 cross 2.
Okay, I get the point. Let me come back to the emolument. So the people are responding that what the First Lady and the Second Lady receive are allowances. They're actually not salaries. Does it change anything with the context of Article 71? Because it's allowances to support the work that they do. And we all know the work that they have been doing. We know the work that Rebecca Akufo-Addo did at Kumasi Hospital, and Konfo Teaching Hospital, and Kolebu Hospital.
It's a good work they have been doing. Once Parliament did the approval under Article 71 cross 2, is still in contravention with the law.
Okay, so would you support a bill, like some of us will support a bill that says that let's have a way to formalize the allowances that goes to the First Lady and Second Lady because of the tangible work we see that they are doing?
If that bill will be supported by the entire House of Parliament, it means, our parliamentarians are representing the entire nation, right?
Yes.
If the bill will be supported by the entire Parliament, if the bill will receive a unanimous decision, it means that everybody in the country is in support.
Well,
we are in support of it.
But everybody in the...
I have no problem that as a nation we will follow the due process that something should be given to our First Ladies. And if Ghanaians agree, no problem. But you agree with me that about 90%, even though the same Ghanaians who are now criticizing the ex-gratia issue are the same people who went to the referendum in 1992. Is that not it? Because
yes.
This is something that is there when the 1992 Constitution came into force.
Okay, but every Ghanaian has seen the work of Rebecca Akufo-Addo, at least in the two hospitals. Haven't you seen it?
I have witnessed a lot.
Okay, so, but...
I have personally witnessed a lot. I have witnessed a lot of work Samira Bawumia is doing. But I am saying that the particular committee upon which Parliament took the decision is in contravention with Article 72, Article 71 cross 2.
Unso betimi do comment aba afasa case ya ho de na wa adwene eyo ade na mbi so omoji dada anaso omoji dada ne won be so me no official ne ba krata so ya dwen kire e wo ho ene sen de na wo kan fa ho.